How's it going, everybody? Good mornings all around. I'm going to give it a couple minutes for people to join in, for those announcements to go out. But welcome to Trading Mindset, the trading emotion and psychology and technical analysis live stream from Brandon at Bybit. Today, we're going to be talking about, what are we talking about today? Let's go ahead and take a look through the calendar. Everything. We're going to talk about alerts a little bit, how to set proper alerts, what they can tell you, how you can use them, how they're useful, understanding long-term profitability, how to actually calculate that out. I've got a pretty good example that should hopefully explain or give people a good understanding of long-term profitability based on your success rate for trades and risk-reward ratios. We're going to talk about Randy McKay for probably a few minutes, and then we're going to go into some chart and technical analysis. We're also going to do some giveaways. We'll probably do one right around halfway through the stream, and we'll do the other one towards the end of the hour. Yet again, we're going to try to keep this one on time and not go over too far, but I imagine that we will, like we always do. So while people join in, I'm just going to actually move back over to the chart and just play around for a little bit and take a look at probably some Ethereum and Bitcoin a little bit, and then we'll give it maybe 5 minutes, and then we'll actually get into the lecture for today. We'll do that for maybe 20 minutes, and then we'll get back to some more chart analysis and those giveaways. But we're looking at Ether to US dollar tether on I believe this is the Bybit Perpetual at the moment. I actually think this was a request from last week. Yeah, so Ether Perpetual, we had a Bitcoin request, and then an AXS or Axia Infinity request. Yet again, if you guys do have any chart requests, feel free to drop them, in the comments, and I will get to those. I'll add those to my list, and we'll get into those in a linear order, in the order that they are requested. So we're just taking a little look at Ether real quick. This is the 4-hour. I believe all of our lines are based on a mix of the daily and the 4-hour candlesticks. I wish we were doing an indicator today. Maybe we'll schedule that for the final stream of the season next week. I don't know if I've told you guys this yet, but we are doing kind of a season format for these live streams, and that'll be the end of season 1 will be next week's stream next Friday. I believe that'll be the 10th stream, but that'll still be a lot of fun. And let's go ahead and see if there's anything different from what we've already drawn. I think we should be just about fine. We really haven't traveled much in terms of this current trading range. These are actually resistances. I don't know why they're yellow. Just kind of for posterity's sake, my resistances, I draw them red. Supports, I draw them yellow. A lot of people draw them green, but I kind of got tired of the red and green, the Christmas colors. I do confirmations as blue lines and stop losses as purple lines. Doesn't matter, not really. How's it going? Looks like everybody's piling in finally. How's it going, Oluwaz, Andy, the guy who's always here first. Kay Basante, how's it going? Glad to see you're following ApeCoin. As long as ApeCoin is on Bybit, then I can do some analysis of that. Let me know the ticker of that. Actually, ApeCoin is pretty. It's ranked like 30 something, so it should be on Bybit. Near, we can check out Near as well. We'll get into Ethereum or Ether at the once we actually get into the analysis. It looks like everybody's kind of filing in. Let's go ahead and start with our trading mindset little lecture, and then so 8 to US dollar tether, and then we'll do a giveaway and then some analysis. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So here is the start of trading mindset number 9. A very short lecture, really. I think we've only got 3 slides today, so we'll run through this nice and quick. Quick disclaimer, you got to do this. The live stream is for educational purposes only and should not be interpreted as financial advice or an investment recommendation. That includes the chart analysis throughout the stream. So the chart analysis is for educational purposes only. If you do happen to trade based on any little thing I say, that's going to be at your own risk. Trade and invest at your own risk. As always, thank you guys so much for bearing with me through that. So let's go ahead and talk about alerts real quick. I'm going to show you guys how to set alerts on TradingView. You can do this on Bybit's mobile app as well. You can do this on Coinigy. You can do this on a litany of other mobile apps. Pretty much every exchange does allow for some type of alert or notification system for whenever the price hits certain price levels. But on TradingView, on Coinigy, and I believe on Bybit, it is a little bit more complicated, and there are many things that you can do. Do you know Hamster Coin? I sure do not. I don't follow a lot of the smaller market cap coins. It sounds like a smaller market cap coin. But let's go ahead and move over to the chart. I'm going to show you guys first how to set an alert and then all the different things that we can do with them, because a lot of people believe that an alert, whenever you set it, it's just for whenever the price crosses over a certain level. But that's just kind of breaking the ice, the tip of the iceberg, as they say. So let's move back over to TradingView real quick. Let's add this to the stream. And, well, actually, let's make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see even better. A little bit zoomed in. So same chart, Ether to US dollar tether. What we're going to do is on the right hand side here, you can kind of see this little plus button that scrolls with the y-axis whenever we go up and down. That's going to be to set an alert. So if we kind of scroll to right through here at maybe 3182 and we click the plus button, it's going to set an alert by default. It's going to input for right there. So at 3182.75. And now we actually have an alert set. So anytime you go down here to 2763, you just click plus, you click add alert. It's just going to add it. And if the price crosses that level, you will get a little notification ding. But what you're going to want to do is double click on that. And now we're going to have a ton more options. Let's see if it'll allow us. Maybe because I'm streaming. I think because I'm streaming, it's not going to allow me to double click, but we can just right click and click edit. And it's going to give us the same things. That's not working as well. I think I'm going to refresh. This will take just a second. Bear with me. And hopefully we'll get that functionality back. And there we go. So you should just be able to double click. If double clicking does not work, you can right click and click edit as well. And we're going to get a ton of options. So first condition, we're going to stick with ETH to US dollar tether. That's going to be the price of our current pair. You can change it to where volume, our moving average, our Donchian channel is another moving average, but we're going to stick with ETH at the moment. So this is going to be, the first condition is that our price crosses over. So it doesn't have to cross up or cross down. It doesn't have to be moving up or moving down. It just needs to cross over in general. Anytime our Ether to US dollar tether price crosses over our selected price, which is 3182, we're going to get a little ding and it's going to notify us. Now it's just going to notify us on the computer if you want. And what I would recommend is to go ahead and either get an email notification or an SMS notification. You have to input your email for that. I don't use the SMS. I use the email because I have alerts on my phone for emails. It's the same thing. You can choose whatever you prefer, but so there's going to be a few different options other than whenever our price crosses over a specific value. So the first thing you can manipulate is going to be whether our price crosses over, let's say, a moving average. So the moving average price will change over time, but let's say you have a strategy built such that whenever our price crosses over a moving average level, let's say our 50-day moving average, that you want to either enter or exit your chart or your pair or your position. And so now we have one alert such that if the price crosses below or crosses past 2763, we'll get an alert. But also if our price crosses past or crosses through, penetrates our 50, let's go ahead and move this out to the daily, our 50-day moving average, we will get an alert for that as well. You can also do it for our 50 times 4 hour or 54-hour periods. That'll also work as well. So if our price comes up, it crosses over this level through here at 29.24, or if it happens, 7 days in the future and our moving average is a little bit lower, anytime our price crosses over that moving average price, not specifically a static price, but whatever our moving average current price is, then we're going to go ahead and get an alert, and it's actually going to go to our email. Again, you can use this or do this on the Bybit trading app, as well as on Coinigy and probably a lot of other charting software. So let's go ahead and try a few different things. So now that we've done the crossover of a moving average, what we can actually do is flip that. So if our moving average itself, so the condition would be our moving average crosses over, so our 50-day moving average, we can actually, real quick, now we're talking about the daily moving average. We can change this such that if our 50-day moving average crosses over our 200-day moving average, we will get an alert for that. So if you have a strategy built on moving average crossovers of convergence, so that would be multiple moving averages, what we talked about last week in last week's lecture, you can actually get an alert for that as well. So you guys can see there's a lot of functionality, and it's not just covering price movement. So not just if the price crosses over, $3,000, we get an alert, but we can get an alert for a lot of different price movements and even indicator movement. So that can be very useful, especially if you're tracking, 10 or 15 different coins and you're waiting for, you have a strategy based on moving average crossovers or the price crossing over our moving average. can even be for any indicator. It can be for Donchian channels, for Bollinger Bands, for Ichimoku clouds. Anytime we see that condition met, we will actually get an alert from that. So it can be very useful if you have 20 or so coins that you're tracking or 20 or so pairs that you're tracking. You're waiting for one of those conditions to be met and you don't want to flip through all 20, every 4 hours, every single day. You can just set an alert for whenever those conditions are met. You get a text on your phone or an email. You can go ahead and look to either enter or just enter immediately. But in that case, you would probably just set a stop limit. So let's go ahead and move back over and let's take a look at some of the applications other than just entry targets and exit targets, because that's going to be kind of the default. Most of the time you're going to be using alerts. Most of the time I use alerts is going to be for a static price crossover or whenever we meet that static price. So let's say I have a long side position and I'm looking to enter at, let's say it's a low market, or not a low market cap, but a low price per coin pair. It's $1 per coin. And I'm going to enter if we reach $1.10. What I do is I set an alert for that $1.10 level. Once that's met, once I get that email notification on my phone, I'll go ahead and move over to my chart on my computer and try to enter that position. Maybe wait for that candlestick to close. So maybe we wait for our price to get close to or near a candlestick close, a certain level, and then we wait for the close. There are a couple of different conditions depending on your strategy. Same with exit targets. So let's say you don't have an OCO order or one cancels other. So you make your entry on your long side position and then you set your stop loss at say 90 cents. So your entry is at $1.10. Your stop loss for some reason is at 90 cents and you have your stop loss currently set, but you don't have an exit target or a sell. What am I trying to say? You don't have a sell trade set. What is the word? You don't have a sell order already set. You don't have a stop sell or any type of limit order set, because you can't have two at the same time unless of course you have an OCO. So what you do is you set an alert for that exit target. Once you get that alert on your phone, our price has traveled to that target. Your stop loss is still set. You go ahead and cancel that stop loss order and you go ahead and set maybe a market or a limit sell at your sell target. Close order. Sometimes the words that come out are so incorrect. Next, your stop loss hit notification. So a lot of times you are waiting around for either your stop loss to hit or an alert to hit for your exit target or your sell target, and you have no idea when your stop loss actually hits. You go ahead and set a notification for that very price, especially if your stop loss is at a static price. Support and resistance approaches or penetrations. So let's say you're waiting for a Bitcoin to cross over $45,000 to make an entry. Once we do that, it's very similar to our entry target alert or entry target notification. Everybody's saying hamster. I will look into hamster. I promise. Let me finish this lecture and I will see if that's up here, because I'm not familiar with it. I know everybody loves it. Everybody's got the emojis. So yeah, support or resistance approaches or confirmation. So if you have an important support at $30,000 for Bitcoin, once we come down to $30,100, you set an alert at that level and you're notified, so you can go ahead and jump over to your trade or jump over to your chart and go ahead and when will you listed hamster coin? I'm not in charge of listing coins on Bybit. I am far away from that. I guess the other live stream with Ben and the other guys, the guys from the product team, would be the best. There's a monthly live stream where you can talk about new offerings and products and everything like that. That's the best time to talk about listing hamster coin. Moving average crossovers, we just talked about that. Either the price crossover based on a moving average, so our Bitcoin price crossing over that 50-day or that 200-day moving average, get an alert for that. Convergence, so that would be whenever either our slower moving average crosses over our faster moving average, or our faster crosses over the slower, 50 to 200, 200 crosses over the 50. General indicator penetrations, let's say you're waiting for your price to break out from our Bollinger Bands, the top side range of our Bollinger Bands, the top side bounds, the top end of the envelope. You can get a notification for that as well. Same with Donchian channels, any type of envelope indicator, any indicator that has a channel, a moving range, anything like that, anything that reflects price on the chart, you can get a notification where we either cross over, we move above. Finally, rapid price movement. I can show you guys how we do that real quick. So let me add this to the stream. So this would be, let's say, and this is kind of the original alerts. So we always had alerts A lot of these alerts are kind of new functionality within the past 3 or so years. But before that, a lot of the alerts were just value based. So if the price crosses over $3,000, or percentage move based. So if we move up by 1% in one candlestick, or if we move up by 1% in 1 hour, I remember getting a lot of those on the different trading apps. But we can add an alert real quick. So we add an alert for ETH to US dollar tether. We can actually change it to where, that's incorrect, crossing. We can change that to moving up by a certain percentage. So our ETH to US dollar tethered price, if it moves up by say 6% in 1 bar, you can also change this to in 3 bars and 5 bars, depending on how you want to measure that acceleration. But if you're trying to catch a quick trend, you're trying to catch a breakout, this can be very useful. Same with moving down if you're trading on the short side. You can also do this for regular values or absolute values. So you could say if we move up by $400, which would be insane, in one single candlestick, which actually wouldn't be insane if we were on the monthly chart or the weekly chart, but on something like the 2-hour chart, moving up $400 would be pretty insane, especially at these current price levels. So you can change that and manipulate it how you please. You can change the frequency of how often you get your notifications. Finally, I don't have the plan for open-ended notifications because I usually don't enter or exit trades longer than a month, or I usually don't wait longer than a month to enter or exit a trade because I chart usually on the 2-hour, the 4-hour, and the daily. So you can actually change your default expiration time for your notification will be 1 month out. So it's currently the 29th of April where I am in the US. So this is going to be by default May 29th. And you can pay a little bit more for your plan for open-ended, but I did talk about last week why I refuse to pay more for these plans because I'm already paying enough. So let's go ahead and move back to the little lecture. Does the frequency affect the chart? So no, the frequency will be, you can get multiple alerts for the same value. So every time we cross over, let's say you cross above $3,000, you get an alert. If it's just a single alert, then you won't get an alert again if we cross over that price in the future. So if we come up, when we cross over, you get an alert. If you have those consistent alerts to where it's every single time, you come down, we cross down over, you get an alert again and again and again. And maybe you build a strategy off of that. You say, if we cross over this price, 4 times, I don't know what the strategy would be. If we cross over this price 4 times in 3 hours, and you get those 4 alerts, then I'm going to make an entry or an exit. So you can play with it however you please. Kilo's little eyes keep lurking. Someone say giveaway. Oh yeah, Kilo's always in here. He's awesome. We will do a giveaway. We got 2 more slides. Bear with me, guys. But we will do a giveaway very soon. I said right around the 30-minute mark. So go and get some coffee if you're antsy. So understanding long-term profitability. Let's go ahead. No, let's do it like this. So this is going to be an interesting one. And this might be where I lose a couple of you guys because it might not be super exciting, but bear with me as this is my best explanation for understanding the combination of your success rate as a trader. So your per trade success rate. I've spoken about this in the past. Sometimes people's success rate based on one strategy will be 60%. So 60% of the trades that they enter, the positions they enter will be successful. 40% will be unsuccessful. We have multiple cases here. We have 30%, 50%, and 70%. So 30%, that means 30 out of 100 trades are successful. 70 out of that 100 are unsuccessful. Now I'm going to talk about how even with 30% of your trades being successful, so very much a minority, you can actually still be profitable if you are hitting certain risk reward ratios, if you have certain risk reward ratios set. Same with on the 70% side. So you can be winning 70% of your trades and losing only 30% of your trades. But if your risk reward ratio is too low, you really won't be making that much money. So it's a very careful balance of your risk reward ratio and your successful trade percentage. But the first thing I would like to note and say is you want to be increasing both of these if possible. So you always want to be shooting for a larger percentage success rate. So if your percentage success rate is 50%, you want to be shooting for 70, you want to be shooting for 90. 90 is very, very hard to get to. It's almost impossible unless your risk reward ratio is very low or you're trading very high frequency and you have some extremely fantastic strategy. But most of the time, 50% is going to be fine. 70% is going to be fantastic. Anything above that is just kind of like, you're gonna be a legendary or a master trader to have something like that, and it's just it's approaching impossible. And then our risk reward ratios, a flat 1% or a flat 1.0 means that for your standard trade, you have a risk of 4% and a possible profit of 4% as well. So they're even. It evens out. That gives you your 4 divided by 4 gives you 1.0. For your 1.5, that would be a 6% profit and a 4% stop loss. So a case for 1.5, 3.0, that would be if you set up your trade such that you can risk 4% with a possible profit of 12%. And finally, for the 5.0 risk reward ratio, it's 20% profit versus 4% stop loss. So you're always going to have a 4% stop loss, just the way this is calculated. But you can go ahead and take a look at this. This is just from 100 independent trades of $100 each. So it could all be in one day. You look at 100 pairs, you enter 100 trades with $100 each. So for a total of $10,000, how much would you make if 70% of your trades were successful? With a risk reward ratio of 3.0, you'd make $720, so right around 7.2% in that day, making those 100 trades. And you can start to see and just kind of look through the chart here, the balance of risk reward ratio versus your successful trade percentage. What was that comment? I just thought was pretty good. What percentage do you usually risk stop loss from capital and derivatives trading? Well, it really just depends. It depends what you want to set your stop loss at. We can set an example on the chart. I'd say on average for stop loss, I like to keep it between right around 1.5 and 4%. Sometimes it'll go over depending on what that profit percentage exit target is. So if your profit percentage exit target is plus 20% and you really think that's going to happen, you have your strategy mapped out for a large sell target, then what you can do is go ahead and raise that stop loss percentage to maybe 6%, 7%, 8%, all in conjunction with and kind of a seesaw ratio with your risk reward ratio. So you can have extremely high stop loss levels as long as you have extremely high profit percentages. And that may actually get you a pretty high risk reward ratio. When you list the Bybit hamster coin, I have no idea what's going on with the hamster coin. I haven't read the news about what's going on, but I'm glad everybody's enthused to get that listed. 1%, 1.5% of your account balance, or 1.5% market move. I'm trying to understand what you mean. For a stop loss. For a stop loss would be a move. So 1.5% to 4% of a move for the stop loss. So for a 4% stop loss, I would probably be looking at for something like an 8 to 10% sell target to give you a risk reward ratio of 2 point something. Yeah, for stop loss. For account balance, for this situation, it's right around 1%. Personally, I like to stay below 5%, but 5% is definitely like on the high side. That's a lot of money, 5% of your overall capital. But per trade, try to keep it between 1 and 5%. Every master trader, everybody I've read about has a different opinion. A lot of people say 5%, pretty close to 5%. Some people say 2, some people say 1. But let me know if this was helpful. Otherwise, I'll come back to it, or otherwise I won't come back to it, actually. So finally, we're going to talk about Randy McKay, another legendary trader, one of these guys that it's kind of mythical because he's one of the few people that has remained profitable, number one. Number two, doesn't have a huge public image, doesn't have a huge public spotlight on him for being this legendary trader, other than in this book by Jack D. Schwager. We're getting into the New Market Wizards, which is a different edition. Jack D. Schwager, I love his texts about, in his interviews, he just interviews a bunch of master traders. He's got like 5 or 6 different books where he does so. This is the second book that we're getting into, but I have all of them. So we'll probably get into quite a few different ones throughout the seasons that go on. He's one of those few mythical traders that turned $1,000, technically $2,000, but something within the 4-figure range into a 7-figure stake. So a $2,000 stake into $70,000 in his first 7 months of trading. I don't know if 7 is his lucky number, if he was like a spiritual, or I don't know what it is, some astrology thing, but 7 is working for him. He turned $2,000 into $70,000 in his first 7 months of trading. Following that, he had a 7-year streak of 7-figure profit levels and an 8-figure conservative estimate of cumulative profit. Guys, I don't know. I'm not in charge of listing hamster coin. But we're going to talk about what we can learn from Mr. McKay. He just has kind of this legendary reputation for this consistently high profit. He was a currency. Well, let's see. He got started, the interview starts with him in Vietnam, and then he goes, he's a currency trader whenever, like in the early 70s, I think 1972, whenever the IMM, or the International Money Market, actually opened up. So everybody that had a seat on the commodities exchange in the US would actually get a seat on the IMM, or what has developed into the currency markets. They got a seat on that as well. Did Randy do it in crypto or stocks? He definitely did it in currencies. This was in the 70s. So pretty much all these master traders that I've been talking about over the past, I think, 7 episodes that I've been doing this, none of them are going to be crypto. They're all going to be these legends from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. And it's just because we don't have a lot of, kind of, I guess, hard information, like factual information about cryptocurrency traders. A lot of it is through social media. It's not verified. These guys have verifiable funds. And a lot of times they are telling stories, but they're presumed to be truthful. So let's go ahead. It's okay. It's okay. I understand the excitement about Hamster Coin and about Volt. Everybody's got their coin that they're excited about. It's completely fine. Thanks, Tyler, though. So yeah, this guy, basically a trading legend. Here are some of his axioms, or just some quotes from him that I found to be very useful. First, he says, "I never try to buy a bottom or sell a top." So you can already tell he is a trend following trader, similar to Richard Dennis, or there are tons of trend following traders, a lot of the guys that we'll read about and talk about. He says, "Even if you manage to pick the bottom, the market can end up sitting there for years and years and tying up your capital." A lot of times we don't see this in crypto like Bitcoin or Ethereum. It might be a year or two that we sit through a bottom, but it can happen with some of those smaller market cap coins that kind of lose all of their volume and fall off and lose their popularity, everything like that. So it definitely can happen in crypto. We just don't usually see it these days as much, especially in the stock market with, those big stocks, Tesla, Apple, everything's kind of outperforming itself constantly with these extreme bull runs, these 10-year long, 20-year long bull runs, Microsoft, etc., FedEx. But in crypto, it's going to be a little bit different. Sometimes we will have those bottoms, especially with those small market cap coins. So you don't want to have a position before a market move has started. Again, interesting. He's waiting for the breakout. He's waiting for the breakdown. He's not trading on the reversal. You want to wait until the move is already underway before you get into the market. So wait for that trend to be confirmed. Again, aligning with the trend following strategy. I believe Randy McKay did come before Richard Dennis in his turtle trading and trend following strategy, but Richard Dennis just kind of published the trend following strategy. He didn't publish it himself. Other people published it, but Randy McKay and a lot of these other traders definitely kind of understood what trend following was before it was famous and had a name, and a lot of traders were using it. So that's basically what we're getting here, is that he was definitely trend following before it was possible. So the beginning of a price move is usually hard to trade because you're not sure whether you're right about the direction of the trend. I've definitely felt this. I'm sure we've all felt this. It can even happen when your trend is confirmed, that you're not sure if you're right about it. But a lot of the times it's going to be more common that you have that unsure attitude whenever we are not confirmed yet. So we're just kind of reversing, and you think, all right, we should break out from this. I've got these indicators that are kind of telling me we're going to break out, but we still haven't confirmed on price. You're going to be a little bit unsure. The end is hard. So the end or the top of the bull trend or the bottom of the bear trend is hard because people start taking profits. Market gets very choppy. The middle of the move is what I call the easy part. Whether he's referring to, and I was thinking about this earlier, what is he talking about when he says the middle of the move? Is he saying the middle 50%, and the bottom of the move, the top of the move, or the choppy part is 25%, the top 25%, and you're unsure for the bottom 25%? I don't think that. I think it'd probably be closer to something like 70%. So the bottom 15% you're unsure about, that 70% in the middle is the meat you're going after, the meat of the trade, and that top 15% is when we're getting choppy, but it'll depend on your market. Finally, when I get hurt in the market, he says, I get the hell out. It doesn't matter at all where the market is trading. So again, this is a very common lesson that we're learning from pretty much every one of these masterful traders with these insane success rates. They're saying, if you think you're wrong, if the trade is going in the wrong direction, get the hell out. Now, the one circumstance I would say we can invalidate this, or maybe he wasn't thinking about because he doesn't trade this way, is whenever we have stop losses set. So if you are, a lot of these traders, these older traders will have kind of continuous positions that they add to, or they take out of, depending on how the market is moving or the sentiment looks, the momentum looks. But for the trend following strategy, for a lot of the trades that I talk about, or the charts that I make, the position outlines that I make, we're not going to want to get out before that stop loss hits or our exit target hits. We're going to let that trade kind of transpire, rather than just getting out immediately when the trade isn't going your way, or it looks like it isn't going your way. But you can also apply it to the trend following strategy and say, all right, once we hit that stop loss, that's the point in which you say, or we confirm that the trend isn't going our way, and that's when we get the hell out. We're just automating it. So you can interpret it either way. Doesn't matter at all where the market is trading. So depends if it looks good, or it may look good, it may look extremely good. You still want to get out depending on your position. I just get out because I believe that once you're hurt in the market, your decisions are going to be far less objective than when you're doing well. I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Whenever you get hurt in the market, do you feel that your decisions can be a little bit fuzzy, a little bit blurry, not proper to your strategy? I'm just going to kind of field that question because I definitely agree with it, but it's, again, one of those circumstances where it's not 100% of the time true. So I'd be curious what you guys are going to say about that. So let's go ahead and do one of the giveaways. We're going to do 2 giveaways today of $50 Tether. We're going to do one right now, and then we're going to move over to that chart analysis. So again, if you guys have requests, go ahead and let me know. Let's go ahead and move over. So before we do this, go ahead and make sure that number one, you either have a Telegram or a Discord account. That's how we're going to track you, not track you like Facebook, but get in contact with you in order to get your UID and distribute your reward. Basically, we need a way to reach out to you, to contact you. And we're going to do that through Telegram or Discord. Now, you also have to be in either the Bybit Telegram or the Bybit Discord, because we have a policy that says we don't message people. It's an anti-spam policy. So we're going to need to reach out to you by typing in the general chat, hey, winner, @winner. You won. Go ahead and reach out to us. Send us a DM or a PM with your UID, and we'll start distributing those rewards. Just a little note that those rewards do take right around 20 business days to come in. So if you don't get them after or by the next stream, they will come in. They absolutely will. And there are some guys that are in here that can definitely verify that. It does take just a few weeks, but you will end up getting those. So let's go ahead and move over to the tab. So we're going to move over here and share this tab. So this is how we're going to do it. And you guys will be able to, let's go ahead and present, and let's open up voting. So you're going to want to go to menti.com, most likely on your computer or your phone, and make sure you submit your Telegram, your Discord name. To enter this little submission portal, you type in the code 42030331. So you want to go to menti.com on your phone or your computer and use the code, or type in the code 42030331. Now we've got the first person in. You're going to want to type at your Discord name and then do -Telegram, -Discord, or -TG, -D, whichever one works, whatever one you prefer. We're going to give it just a few minutes. Oh, BitDAO. Let's do some BitDAO analysis. That's a good one after this. So we've got a list, but we're going to try to get through them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the list, we've got Ether, we've got Bitcoin, we've got AXS, we've got 8, we've got Near, and we've got BitDAO. So if you're going to suggest one, those are the ones that we're already looking at today. That's most likely going to be all that we're going to have time to get to today, depending on how fast we get through them. But we'll see. Because sometimes I do get caught up. If you guys were with me last stream, how do I do? Wait. Okay, I'm going to give it a good, few minutes. So you go to menti.com. You type in the code 42030331. You submit. You type in your Discord or your Telegram name. So either at Shyok2 -Telegram or -Discord. And this is how we're going to be able to distribute your rewards if you happen to win. Looks like we got 15 people that have joined, but 29 viewers. So we're going to give it a couple more minutes for people to figure out how exactly to join. You want to go to menti.com, type in that code at the top, submit your Telegram or your Discord name, And then make sure you're in either the Bybit Telegram or Bybit Discord, because that's how we're going to distribute those rewards. Get your UID, your Bybit UID, everything like that. But let's see who's in here from last week, or some of our winners. King Zitty, all your stuff has been submitted, so you should get those rewards in a couple weeks. Same with Haywai, our lucky man. A few weeks back, he won both of the 50 US Tether giveaways. Let's see who else is in here. Oluwaz Andy, always in here. Blacklist 178, another winner. Now, it's time to go through. We can all shed a tear for our missing in action. Ace Tylene on Telegram has won one of these giveaways, and we have not heard from him on Telegram or Discord. So if anybody is personal friends with Ace Tylene, can reach out to him. You, Ace Tylene, have won. And this is actually going to be the last chance. It has been 3 or 4 weeks now. It's going to be the last chance. Otherwise, we're going to take your reward and we're going to give it to somebody else, because we're just kind of waiting. So Ace Tylene, Haywai is hacking. Just the amount of luck that flows through that guy's body. Yeah, Ace Tylene, please join one of these streams and collect your rewards. Otherwise, we're going to have to give them away. This is your last chance, unfortunately. If anybody knows him on Telegram or Discord, reach out to him. Tell him to join the Bybit Telegram or Discord, and reach out to us. Most likely today. It's probably going to be the last day. All right, so we've got 22 viewers, 24 viewers, 22 submissions. We're going to go ahead and close it out in like 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and give it 30 seconds. But everybody else there, that's our last missing in action soldier that has won a giveaway and has not collected the rewards or started the distribution process. Everybody else has started their process. So give it 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. I love this new mic. I feel like a podcaster. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voting is closed. If you didn't get a chance to join, we will do one more giveaway towards the end of the stream, so don't worry. Let's go ahead and got to collect these rewards. You guys can look at the cool Wheel of Names tab while I grab all these names. And we're going to put them into the game show randomizer thing. Oh, shoot. You guys are going to hate me. I think I just cleared out all the names. Let me see if I can get it back real quick. Let me see. I should be able to give it back. Just 1 second. I go through here. Present. Open voting. Close voting. Exit. I think I can do this. I know I got this. I want to see the comments on this. Okay, here's what I need you guys to do, and I actually will be able to fix this real quick. So I'm going to present. I'm going to open voting. Go ahead and just one person submit anything. Just submit any word, any name. Do that for me real quick, and I'll actually be able to recover those previous names. I apologize for this. I'm getting too cocky with the speed of pulling all the names. Okay, thank you. So I'll close the voting. We'll move back to the Wheel of Names, and we'll get all those real quick. My apologies for that. So we're going to get our results. The default is to clear it. That's confusing. So it's going to be number 10 or number 11? Number 11, I believe. Yep, that should be everybody. That is 23 entries. Let's make sure there's no doubles real quick. Oh, no. It's going to be 22 entries. And I got it. I recovered it. I was worried we're going to have to redo that. All right, so here we go. We're about to spin it. Good luck to everybody that entered. If you don't win this one, don't worry. There will be one more giveaway at the end of the stream. Let's go ahead and swing it. It's going to be Haywai's going to win a third time. Oh, it's Shiok. Congratulations to Sheok 5441. Please let me know in the comments if that is your Telegram or your Discord, because that's how we're going to reach out to you. Actually, no, that's a Discord if it has the numbers. My bad. I think. So thank you very much, and congratulations to Sheok. I know you joined kind of late, so that is very nice to see that you were able to actually win that one. Congratulations. So let's go ahead and do some chart and technical analysis, and then in about 20 minutes, we're going to do one more giveaway. So if you want to stick around for the chart and technical analysis, I do recommend it. Otherwise, come back in about 15 minutes, and we'll do that last giveaway. So let's go ahead and change the layout. Let's make sure that everybody can see. Excuse me. But yet again, congrats, Sheok, excuse me, for the $50 US giveaway, US dollar tether. So let's go ahead and clear some of these results, these alerts. Actually, if you guys want to know how to clear your alerts, you can go here instead of your favorites tab or your pairs tab. This is on Coinbase Pro. Change that to Bybit. And then you go to alerts, and you'll actually have a list of all of your current alerts. So I've got some alerts for Linkset, some for Solana. These are just kind of leftover. These are actually pretty old. So we can remove our moving average alerts because we don't want that. Crossing our moving average for the ETH, we can remove that as well. And for our price, we can remove that. And then if we want to move over to one of our our charts with an alert on it, we just click that. So we click on this, and it'll actually move us over to link to US dollar. And now we've got alerts for the top side for any type of breakout. We can move over to Solana, and you can actually move through your charts like this as well. Move through all your charts that you have alerts set for. So let's move back to ETH. Is this on? This should be on Bybit, correct? So the same chart that we had that we were looking at the beginning of the live stream, but a lot of you guys weren't in here. We're basically just moving back and forth through this trading range at the moment, with our support at close to 2803, our resistance at close to, or actually a range of resistance between 2950 and 2970 or so. So that's really what we're looking at, because we have these two touches down through here at 2805. That's really all we're working with towards the downside in terms of closes on the 4 hour. So that's, again, just all we have to work with at the moment. So we're going to stick with it. We can probably move that up just a little bit. If we move back, do we have anything that's based on? We can still move it up, and we should be fine with our previous touches. Move that up just a little bit, so it's a little bit more exact to those bottom side closes. That's closer to 2806, but again, round number, psychological support at close to $2,800. If we see closes below that level, then we are looking at a move or a momentum move back towards the downside. Towards that short side, this is what we would immediately go to. I'm not too sure about it just yet because of the fact that we broke out a lot lower. So this does have really nice alignment at close to 2750. That also aligns with our bottom side shadow through here. But I think if we do end up seeing a strong close below right around 2806, so close below this main support, then we will most likely anyways see absolute price move or our bottom side shadow move below 2762. They're close to each other anyways, about $50, $40 of magnitude between those price levels. We would most likely see a break below both at the same time because of that momentum shift. Now that we've seen that new low based on closes, people start to sell out, or traders, retail and institutional, do start to sell out with that major close, especially based on something that we do have good confirmation for basically this entire price move. It's really, are we going to penetrate or reject that level for support based on, we can actually draw a fib retracement in just a second. That might give us some good alignment, although I believe we drew these lines, or some of these lines, based on our trend-based fib or our regular fib retracement last time. So basically what I'm looking at, or kind of talking about, is going to be this price level through here. Sometimes it's hard to see. That's going to be our secondary support that aligns with our bottom side shadow or our absolute lower low. Move that up just a little bit so it aligns better. It should still be fine with alignment back through here. Yep, looks good. That secondary level, bottom side shadow through here, looks fine through here. A little bit of slippage, but that's older price action, so it's not as relevant. And it doesn't need to be as perfect. Again, we're still seeing approaches. We're still seeing touches all throughout that price level, or all throughout that area of history. So anything below there, and we're looking at a jump down for a nice short side trade, and hopefully a hold at these levels for the bulls out there. And I would probably keep it, honestly, I don't want to go super low on this one. I would want to keep it up through here at right around 26.70. We can measure that move real quick, and then we can take a look at those alignments a little bit. So we would most likely see a little bit of percentage-based confirmation. Maybe 1% would be fine. So 1.05. It's down at 27.78. A little bit more travel for that secondary confirmation. If you want to be super conservative, that's fine. That's right around 3.93%. That's perfect for a spot or a leverage trade, depending on that stop loss. 0.94, 155, a little bit higher. What was it? It was close to, 3.90. Yeah, I think we'd be fine no matter what, even if you had a little bit less than a 2.0 for your risk reward ratio. So that's what we have for our primary sell target. These are going to be, this is our primary support through here, this higher yellow line. It's our secondary support through here at 27.60. And then we've got our first or our primary sell target at 26.70. Where would we set that secondary sell target? Just for options. We want to keep it a little bit lower, and we want to align with that beautiful breakout area that we were talking about. And I'm just obsessed with breakout areas. They tend to work out the best, in my opinion. Do we want to do it based on our closes from the bottom side? So basically our closes on support or our closes on resistance. These are our closes based on support. These are our closes based on resistance. So basically there's two ways to draw it. This, a little bit less conservative. This, a little bit more conservative based on support closes. It's really a personal opinion. A little bit more conservative. We can measure what that would look like right in the middle with that percentage-based confirmation, close to 6.07 versus close to 6.91. Again, you could honestly just break that up into two and have three sell targets. Primary, secondary, tertiary. We'll keep it conservative. That's fine. 6.90 is fantastic. There's no need to get greedy on this one and try to catch that absolute bottom. So that's what I have for the short side for Ether to US dollar tether, or US dollar tether. Let's see what people are saying. Let's see, APE and GMT. I believe we've got APE. Is there any manipulation? I'm not sure. I would have to look into it. And then again, you're speculating. So I tried to talk about market makers and market manipulation last week, and it just became very, very what if, very speculative. So let's stick with the factual stuff, I guess. Leverage your luck and buy a lotto ticket today. Oh yeah. FTM. I'll add that to the list. I'll add GMT. Wait, is GMT? Are you talking about GMT GameStop? Am I incorrect? I didn't follow the AMC or GameStop stuff, but I thought GMT was GameStop. But we're focusing on crypto and coins that are listed on Bybit. And then FTM, there might be a crypto named GMT. I'm sure there is. I'll look into it in a sec. But congrats, Shook. You won. Reach out to us. Either message me or Kilo on Telegram or Discord. So just reach out to us in the general chat. Say at Brandon Bybit or at Kilo Bybit. Or you can even just speed up that process and send us a DM or a PM on Discord or Telegram. Yeah, so you do need to go to the Bybit chat or Telegram and reach out to us. GMT is indeed on Bybit. Okay, so there's a crypto named GMT. All right, let's go ahead and check that out. Well, not GMT yet because we got to go down the list. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's check that out real quick. What are we at in terms of timing? Okay, we're going to do Bitcoin quick. We're going to do AXS quick. We're going to try to do APE. We may fit the giveaway in between AXS and APE. We may do all four. It depends on timing, but I want to get to that giveaway right close to the end of the hour so that we're nice and consistent. So let's do Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin to US dollar tether. We have no lines, a nice clean chart. That's the way I love it. Well, we got some lines. Let's take them off. Let's start with the weekly. And I literally just said, I said that we do this quickly, and now we're starting from the weekly. Okay, we'll start from the daily. We'll save some time. I'm actually going to start with a trend determination or a trend slope determination. We're not going to use this for a trade at all because I don't believe in trading based on horizontal or diagonal support or resistances, because it's so subjective on how you draw them, in my opinion. Now, yes, horizontal support and resistances are going to be subjective, but in my opinion, they're a lot more reliable in terms of breakout and breakdown confirmations. It's just personal opinion for why I don't draw diagonal support or resistances in order to set a sell target or an entry target or confirmation. So I wouldn't say, all right, if we come back up and break out above 49,323, that's alongside confirmation. I'd come in, I'd bring out the horizontal ray, and I'd look for a horizontal confirmation. So some type of higher high based on closes, higher high based on this or our topside shadows, or look for previous support that's now flipped into a resistance. I wouldn't just say this is the perfect resistance. A lot of people do that, and I disagree with it. So trend line, draw something like this. Usually, remember, the rule is that you don't have your candlestick closes or your candlestick bodies breaking through or penetrating the trend line itself, but in very certain circumstances, aka tweezer bottoms or false breakouts or false breakdowns, we do want to allow those to slip through and basically ignore those on the chart, because there is underlying support or resistance that's actually more important. We're actually going to draw it like this. We're going to keep it parallel as well. We're going to kind of depend on the fact that it will remain consistent in slope based on our higher highs and our higher lows. Now, just if you were to identify this pattern, you would identify it as bearish with a breakdown below this level, but we're not going to trade based on that pattern itself. We're going to trade based on our horizontal support and resistance levels. So let's go ahead, and this is the daily. So we do have a good amount of price action. We're going to start as low as possible. We're going to work our way up for this situation. So we're going to start down here with our absolute lows based on these previous shadows through here, and through here. This is actually going to act as an approach for these bottom side, or this low through here, what we ended up breaking out from, in terms of it was almost acting as a whipsaw from what was most likely an actual support based on closes a little bit higher. Now we're going to try to find that. We're going to look at a little bit of our local price action and see if we get anything from that as well. I'm going to move up a little bit higher, and this is the first good alignment, but it does ignore our previous closes through here. So this is going to be a tricky one in terms of on the daily chart, but I bet we will find a good level. We just have to look for better alignment. This is where I would immediately go to, in between here and here for the breakout, but we might want to move a little bit higher than that, depending on, let's actually pull volume up to help us out for this one. So, okay, where are we seeing the lowest amounts of volume? Let's say, okay, we got to zoom in here. Right through, okay, so this is lower, right through here. So our lowest volume aligning with July 11th. And we're actually just going to go a little bit lower than that, be a little bit more conservative. It's just a little bit too high and a little bit too sloppy to set an actual support there. So we're going to bring it a little bit lower, and we're going to go with something close to here. We're going to see how that looks on the 4-hour as well, and go to our local price action. We've got almost perfect alignment with these bottom side shadows. What was acting as a baseline of support throughout this entire almost reversal or kind of intermediate term consolidation. We don't know if it's a proper reversal yet. Well, it was short to intermediate term reversal back up towards 47 from 32. Okay, what am I saying? So that's what we're going to look at for our secondary support. We're going to move a little bit higher and see if we can find anything else. Yet again, we're using a lot of historical price action here. We're going to want to focus for the actual trade for those confirmations on our more local price action. So let's bring this down just a little bit. Now we're going to be looking at breakouts from this area and holds from this area. And we're going to see if there's any relevancy back through here as we do that. So breakout through there. Not a lot, maybe something through here. We can draw it just like that based on these bottom side shadows through here, and then we can move it around as we zoom in to our local price action. We're actually going to take off now that we understand our trend properly. I'm going to take these off. And what do we want to do now? Again, we're seeing this this slippage through here based on a bottom side tweezer. Do we want to bring that up a little bit? Is there a breakout from here? It actually comes back and forth. That's interesting. Let's bring it up a little bit where we actually have good alignment based on absolute price. And we don't really need to get into this right now. It is pretty sloppy through here and through here, but in terms of our most local price action, we're having some good holds right around 37,500 or so. So there are 3 layers of support at the moment. We're at 38,488. We're not going to go deeper than that. We can go into the 4-hour, but we're not going to go deeper in terms of time frame. So we're not going to look for a short-term trade on this. We're going to focus on the intermediate and these primary supports that we're pulling from the daily and the 4-hour. Again, we've got good alignment on the 4-hour for both our secondary and our tertiary support. I think everything aligns very well for these 3 levels. So that's what we're looking at towards the downside, towards the long side. Let's do that real quick. I know we're getting a little bit, we're going along on this. We'll go AXS, we'll do the giveaway, and then we'll go APE, and then we'll close it out for the day. So sorry, I think I'm going to start making those lectures about as short as they were today, maybe even shorter. Just try to run through them a little bit quicker so we have more time for requests, because a lot of the times we only get through 3 to 4, sometimes 5 requests for chart analysis. So in terms of, actually, we're going to move out to the daily first. Let's move out to the daily, see if there's anything good. We're looking at this low through here. We're looking at this low through here, kind of, what was that? It's not a halfway point. It's definitely not a 3 or 4. Unless that's just wild. That doesn't really align with anything. How do you say it? It's not perfect in terms of any type of Elliott wave or any type of midway point. This would be more of a midway point. Okay, so that's fine. Let's measure that real quick though, because that might actually give us something very solid that we can base this whole resistance based on. I think we're going to do that. So let's go from here to here, about an average of that. And there's our trading range at the moment for the short to intermediate term between 37.5 and 45. So right around $4,000, or oh no, it's $3,000. Excuse my math. 8.17% of a range, and that's perfectly fine for the intermediate term. That's what we're looking at for confirmations for the long or the short side. That's as deep as we're going to get into the Bitcoin chart today. We can find sell targets above that level in similar fashion that we did for our sell targets with a little bit more local price action. That's the best part about the long side at the moment. We do have all these local price action to determine proper sell targets towards the long side. I just said that like 4 different ways. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the stream if you haven't already. Let's go ahead and do that giveaway, and then we're going to do AXS and APE because I'm trying to stay on time. So if you guys weren't here for the first giveaway, let's go ahead and move over real quick. We're going to move over to here. We're going to clear these results. Share this, present, and the giveaway is open. So here's how you enter. You go to menti.com. You're going to want to type in the code 42030331. You're going to want to submit either your Telegram or your Discord name. So at iTradeBitcoin44 dash Telegram or dash Discord. And also make sure that you are, if you're entering, make sure you're either in that Telegram for Bybit or the Discord for Bybit. There should be links down below in the description. That's how we're going to reach out to you. Actually, you're going to want to reach out to us, but we will probably ping you and say, hey, you won. Go ahead and send us a DM. Let's collect that user ID and let's start the process. It does take right around 20 business days for you to receive the reward, but this is a giveaway for $50 US Tether. And it's super easy. All you have to do is enter your Discord or your Telegram name. It's not going to add you to an email list or anything like that. Super simple. You don't have to do anything to enter. Just add your name, and we'll reach out to you if you win. Congratulations to our previous winner as well. And final notice for our missing in action brother, Ace Tylene on Telegram. You have won US Tether. Please reach out to us. Please reach out to us on Telegram. That is It's very unfortunate if we end up having to give that giveaway amount to somebody else. So hot in here. I turn my AC off whenever I film these or do live streams or anything like that. And having the AC off for a full hour it's no fun in Texas. I mean, it's actually not bad right now. What is it? It's probably like it's 77. It's California weather right now, but it's going to get, the next few hours, it's going to get to those 80s, the 90s. And then over the summer, I don't know if you guys are, I'm saying these numbers and you're like, what is that? It's in Fahrenheit. We're going to get into the heavy 100 plus levels. And then we're going to get into, well, every now and then there's those 110 Fahrenheit days, which is what, 40 something Celsius, which is extreme. Merchandise giveaway. We're working on that. We're working on getting some merch. I know these are so cool. I love the little logo. I've got a sweatshirt you guys have seen that I usually wear. I've got some Bybit socks as well that have the little logo. Those are cool. Also on Amazon, there are some pretty cool socks that I got as a gift one year from, I think, my sister's boyfriend. It was like some socks with the Bitcoin logo and the Litecoin logo, and what else is there? The Ether logo, the Monero logo. But there's some pretty funny crypto merch out there, just like on Amazon and people's websites. But we will get some Bybit merch out to you guys. We are working on that. But we're just doing the US dollar tether giveaways at the moment. Cool that Brandon wears. All right, so let's give it maybe 2 more minutes to make sure everybody, we've got 18 viewers, we've got 17 submissions. Let that last person make your submission. Remember, if you end up winning, ping us on Telegram or ping us on Discord, either me at Brandon Bybit on Telegram or at Kilo Bybit on Telegram or on Discord. Go to the Crypto Beat channel or the general channel and it's at Kilo or at Brandon Zayats. And we'll start distributing those rewards because we want to start that soon because it is a kind of an extended process. Need your autographed t-shirt. Oh no. I'll make sure to wash it. I'll send it out. But I love this shirt. I can't give it away. If I get another shirt in, I'll give the next one away. I promise. All right, let's go ahead and close this out. We got 21 submissions. I think that's just about everybody that wants to enter. We're going to close voting right then and there. Now, let's do this carefully this time, and I'm going to show you guys how I messed this up. We click on Manage Results, and instead of reset results for the entire presentation and confirm, we click on Download Results. That's the way to do it. Let's go back to the Wheel of Names. Let me pull these results. It's 21 votes, correct? Yes. Export that. And we're going to paste those into the Wheel of Names. 13th giveaway, or actually our 12th giveaway. So we did that one for an example, or to fix. Let's delete all these. We've got 21. Let's clear our results list. 21 entries. Best of luck to everybody. We are sharing this tab. Best of luck to everybody. Let's hope some people that haven't won get some giveaway cash. Who is it? Oh my lord, it's King Diddy again. King Ziddy, I mean. All I can say here is the people that join the giveaway each week. I think King Ziddy, Haywire, otherwise Andy. The lesson here is if you join and submit your name for every giveaway, you've got a pretty good chance of winning. For some people, winning twice. So congratulations, King Ziddy, for winning yet again. You are up there with Haywire as double winners, people that have won twice. So congratulations. Good thing that we already have all your information, so you won't have to reach out to us, and we'll just submit that for you. But congratulations to King Ziddy. Everybody else, we will be doing a giveaway yet again, 2 more giveaways on the next live stream. So if you didn't win, you do have a very good chance of next time winning. But congratulations. Let's go ahead and go back over to the chart. Share this tab instead. And let's do this last little bit of chart analysis. Let's do AXS. Let's do that. AXS to US dollar. Oof, it's dipping. We might want to move over our chart. We don't have a lot of price action history. Actually, I'm not sure how old AXS is, but let's go ahead and see if we can find another pair. on a different exchange that has more, something that has a fair bit more price action history, excuse me. Go here. I forgot how to clear this. All sources. Then we go crypto. Let's try KuCoin. I think they listed it earlier. They did. Let's see if anybody else just has the most history. Coinbase, no. Poloniex, maybe, depending on when they listed. It's about the same as KuCoin. Huobi, maybe. I'm not sure. Where's Axia Infinity from? That's probably, unless we find like a Bitfinex or a BitMax. Let's go with KuCoin just to get a little bit more price action history. It's not going to be a ton, and it's not going to be super relevant, unfortunately. Let's actually, I'm going to look, just bear with me for a second. I'm going to CoinMarketCap, and we're going to look for, whatever market hopefully has the most price action. We got KuCoin, FTX, Huobi, Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, maybe Kraken or Gemini. Can try that. We can find it on here. Bitfinex, but these are all longs and shorts. Kraken or Gemini. All right, well, we'll stick with this, and we can't do a lot of chart analysis on Axia at the moment. We've got some volume to help us out, but we don't have price levels to help us out. We don't have lows below this level, and we don't have a good, I mean, if this is when it was listed, we don't really have a base of support below this level. This isn't going to help us out. All of this price action down at $20 isn't going to help us out a ton right now. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to do a ton of price or a ton of chart analysis on this one. There's our resistance, but that's $10 above our current price. Let's see if anybody's telling me King's Idiot is hacking. King's Idiot and Haywire, the kings of luck. Yeah, if anybody knows if Axie Infinity has if there's an exchange out there that has more price action than history than this, we have a class on Bybit Africa. Oh, that'll be fun. Let me know how it goes next week. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. I love getting people in here from all over the world. So many different time zones. But Bybit does have good international communities, and it's such a U.S. person thing to say to call every other country but the U.S. international. But just so many different communities in different languages. That's so cool. So I don't think we're going to be able to do much on Axia right now, unfortunately. I'm sorry to whoever made that suggestion. But if you can recommend an exchange that has more price action history, I'll be able to do some analysis. So now we're going to move to Ape real quick, and we're going to do it on Bybit. US dollar tether, Perpetch. Let's zoom into the 4-hour here and just see if there's we don't have a ton of price action. We don't have price action near our all-time high levels since we made new all-time highs very recently. Moving to the 2-hour. Again, similar situation, but with even less price action. Say it every time. There's a point in the stream where I can no longer articulate words after talking for so long. So, I mean, this is very standard prep for a breakdown, in my opinion. Just completely speculating without even drawing any levels. Don't get much there, really, at all. We don't have, just because we don't have a lot of history, we don't have a lot of support. We can see, sorry, clicking the pen. Yeah, we do have a fair amount of volume through these areas. Let's see what we see right at this bottom. Nothing insane. No spikes in volume through that level. Spikes in sell volume through here that hold us down. It's almost, we see this way too often. You can just draw it right at our average or halfway. I call it an inflection. I think I've made that word up I didn't make the word up, but I've begun to kind of apply it to cryptocurrency as our halfway point, or whenever we flip from bullish to bearish within a trading range, or the bottom 50%, top 50% around. Where do we find support? Kind of in the median or in the middle of our range. That's what we're seeing right now for this. I think this is going to be the most helpful level on the chart at the moment. if we see, let's go ahead and measure this price movement. It's around 3.31. That's not incredibly tradable, especially because we are going to continue to see this squeeze up even more, most likely. So even if we had this, it's going to squeeze no matter what, just based on all this previous price action. Then we're going to see some type of explosive breakout or breakdown. So that's really all we can do. Now, for confirmations for such explosive breakout or breakdown, which is what we're going to be looking for. Right now, I predict it would be a breakdown, but we don't have confirmation, so that's just kind of a random prediction with no basis, or just from looking at like a formation I've seen a bunch of times in the past. Where do we want our actual confirmation? It's going to be either here or here, just based on, again, the very limited amount of price action we have. It's kind of what I used to refer to as the extended trading range strategy. It's whenever you start with the top side of your range or the absolute top. So this is our highest high for this range. We start to bring it down. We go to our next highest high. We continue to move it down, and you can actually trade between those. Now, we don't have enough margin to trade between those. I mean, a little bit, 2.13. But my only fear with this would be, actually, we should be fine for a break above 23.16. My only fear would be that this actually acts as a resistance, and we see it double top through here. Actually, that would still be fine, because as long as we broke out of that level and we eventually penetrated, we'd be fine for the long side. But you might be waiting around. It might not be the best confirmation. So from our current price, let's just see how long you'd be waiting. Be waiting for 3.57 and then 5.70, 5.85%. Just got to be patient on this one. Be a little bit conservative, in my opinion, for that breakout. For the breakdown, again, let's go ahead and measure from our current price to some of these levels. See how long we'd be waiting. A little bit. Actually, this is our best support in terms of anything local, but it's not super tradable. It would be good for those closes, but we're seeing these extensions or these bottom side shadows just break through pretty hard. Bottom side 250, 4.59, 6.84. Those are tradable jumps. So that's really what we're looking at. Again, we don't have perfect alignment. We move into something like the 30-minute for a little bit more insight, 30-minute and the 15-minute, and now we're looking at super short term. Let's go back to the 30. And this is probably the level I'd go with, something close to here where we actually have alignment. Let's see if those are tradable jumps. 3.31, 7.43. We bring this up to beat out those other traders. Maybe even slightly above that first candlestick shadow. Bring this slightly above. And what are the actual levels with a perfect confirmation? Look at that, 3.04, 6.65. I kind of surprised myself here. I didn't realize we would be able to build an actual position on this. With this little price action, it's not going to be perfect. It's very short-term price action. We are in the 30-minute chart, so we're going to see a lot more randomness. So those stops will most likely have a greater chance of being hit, but still tradable. Let's see what else. Oh, thanks, Tyler. If you're heading out, thank you so much. Too late again. Oh, man, Matej. Oh, man. Doge. I will add Doge to the list. I think that is it for this stream, though. Again, we're going way over time. That is all, but I've added all of the suggestions to my list, so we will get to those in order. So next week, we're going to start with NEAR. And then we're going to go to BitDAO, and then GMT, and then FTM, and then Doge. But I'd like to thank you guys so much. We will get to Doge. We'll get to all those suggestions, all those chart requests. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for participating in those giveaways. It's lovely to see, even though some people have more luck than others, there will be plenty more giveaways in the future. And if you keep entering every single time, you're going to have a pretty good chance of winning, because we have, it's like 20, 30 people entering those giveaways. You got a pretty good chance anyways, 3% per time. You can measure that out yourself. But thank you guys so much for joining. Please, if you won the giveaway, King Zeddy will process that request, or we'll process that. You don't need to reach out to us, but Shiok 54441 on Discord, please go ahead and send us a DM or a PM, either me at Brandon Zayats or Kilo at Kilo Bybit, I believe, on Discord. And just let us know you won, and we'll go ahead and start that distribution process. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I love doing these every single week. This has been Trading Mindset number 9. It's getting very close to the end of the season, but there will be season 2. So we'll be back, and I'll make some I've got some kind of exciting stuff to look forward to for season 2. We're going to make a couple of changes to the format. It's still going to be the same basic stuff. We're still going to do chart analysis, but hopefully we're going to get some guests on. We're going to do some fun segments and even some better giveaways. You already talked to Kilo. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you guys so much. Please have a fantastic weekend or fantastic Friday or Saturday. See you guys